It's 2026. Music hangs in the air as chanting minions are summoned to battle. Let's take a page out of the Necronomicon and crank this up to 11, because it's time to raise hell. Welcome back to our first wrap-up episode of Who Would Win Masters Season 2. Today we're getting to the bottom of an awesome battle of boomsticks and basses. We're reading your comments and reviews and revealing the winner of our battle. I'm Sam Proof on all the socials, and we're going to see how you voted and what you had to say when we asked you who would win, the K-pop Demon Hunters or the Army of Darkness. Who Would Win Masters has its own YouTube channel now, so please join us over on youtube.com/@WhoWouldWinMasters. Quick shout out to our latest YouTube subscribers, LMNOP, Roblox Baddie 1014, Kevin Wilson, and RF Fermio, maybe? Subscribe today and maybe we'll give you a shout out in the next wrap-up episode. In our battle, he represented Evil Ash in the Army of Darkness. It's evil Delvin Cox. Welcome back. How you doing, Delvin? How's the new year?
New Year's been great besides Snurts. Me and him are beefing because he betrayed me. And I will never forgive him for his betrayal.
Yeah, Trader Snurts is in the chat as we speak, as well as William Schmidt. And you all out there could be in the chat right now if you joined us over on our Patreon for free, which is unbelievable. I got to talk to management about that. But let's keep going.
Best deal in podcasting.
It is. It really is. Representing the K-pop Demon Hunters, a man who was once asked to stop singing along with the K-pop Demon Hunters at the sing-along theatrical release, it's Ray Stacanis. Ray, I think this may have been our most contested show of the year. Also, it is our only show of the year so far. How's it going?
Both of those statements could be true simultaneously, Sam Proof. And I was not told to stop singing. I was sitting there second row at the K-pop Demon Hunters sing-along movie experience, and I was loving it. Gonna be golden. That's me in this episode, the true champion. I don't know what the people had to say, but I feel pretty confident that the people are going to side with me because Sam's never wrong.
That's fair. We'll see.
Look, I'm wearing my very special. I don't normally do this. As you know, I'm a big time Detroit Lions fan, but I have one special jersey from another team. That would be the LA Rams Super Bowl official Matthew Stafford number 9 jersey that I bought within 10 minutes of him winning the Super Bowl because they flashed it on the screen right afterwards. And I said, I would like to overpay for that jersey. I am so proud of my guy. And I'm so proud of him again to go to Chicago in the snow and defeat once again the Chicago Bears. Matthew Stafford, MVP of 2025 season, soon to be two-time Super Bowl champion.
Wow. See? So if you want Ray to buy your merch, all you have to do is win a Super Bowl. There you go. It's easily a quick sale.
I don't think it's the first time I've worn it on this show, but it's definitely the best time I've worn it on this show.
William in the chat says, it's a nice jersey. And then there's some expletives. So let's go. I'll just shorten
Excited expletives.
Excited expletives. And yeah, you could drop all the excited expletives you want in the chat if you join us over on patreon.com/whowouldwinmasters for free. You don't even have to pay. But if you do, if you like what we do, you could give us a little something. All right. Let's dive right into the reviews. A little something, you know? Oh, all right. That's fine. You don't have to.
I've heard someone tell me that before.
We don't have a tier.
Let's
that's
move on
just
to
a little
literally
something?
anything else.
Okay. Let's get into the reviews. I'll start.
Please do. We have 3 new reviews this week, and nice. I'm so happy. I love that when you guys come in, we got 3. Well, the first one here, let me preface it before Sam reads it, because there was some Matthew Dawson-led controversy about the size of the Silk Song characters. Mr. Squirrel suggested Moon Knight versus Hornet from Silk Song. This is a follow-up 5-star review to that conversation. This is the rebuttal defense for when I thought Matthew Dawson went a little hard. I'm not going to lie, but that's just what he did. Yeah. So
this would have
Mr.
been
Squirrel, 2099.
Right. So this would have been in response to the last wrap-up episode where we had the initial comment. Mr. Scroll 2099 says, regarding last wrap-up, if that wasn't clear, when I had suggested the matchup of Moon Knight versus Hornet from Silksong last week, I didn't think the size difference would be taken so literally, especially since the argument didn't work on Shadow versus Kirby in the former show. Perhaps Moon Knight versus Samus from Metroid would be a better matchup. Love the show. It deserves every 5-star review it gets. Awesome.
That's very kind.
Thank you.
And you know what? He brought case study to talk about why he felt the way he felt, and I can get behind
Precedent's a set. I mean, that's fair. I was not around for Shadow vs. Kirby's. I mean, that's a thing I would have to look into. I don't know. Ken Hornet, is he much like a typical ant able to expand his power 1,000 times out onto the physical world? I don't know. I guess we have to look at Silksong. I don't think any of us were very familiar with that game. I think that was a big thing that we said at that time.
Definitely true. And look, I kind of remember Shadow versus Kirby. I remember liking about half of it a lot.
Okay.
Wonder which half you like.
Your half. Yeah.
Could be anything. Could be anything, Delvin Cox.
Yes.
We got another review right here.
Do it. Yeah.
It's called It's Been Quite a Journey from Scythe the Rogue. Scythe the Rogue, thank you. It has been quite the journey. Mr. Squirrel and Scythe the Rogue, where are you on our Patreon? It's free, man. We're giving stuff away for free. Come on and join us. You'll give us reviews. Get on your computer tops and come join the conversation even further. So,
yes, what was that expression you said, Sam?
What was that?
No, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that anymore. Stop it. Delvin Cox, you are stirring the pot. Side the Rogue, but I want to say right now, thank you for the 5-star review. He says, they say, I've been semi-regularly listening to this show and feed for many years, even since before Ray joined the show. It's been an interesting journey over these 10-ish years, wow, and seeing it grow into this far more community-oriented group is a beautiful thing. Here's to many more years. Thank you, sir. Or madam. I don't actually know. But thank you very much. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the 5-star review. Let's get you into the community even deeper. Let's do the thing. Why not?
Like the real diehard aspects of the community, people of the community, are over on the Discord, which you can find through the Patreon, again, for free. All right.
It's a great time over there.
Review. It is. And we have a lot of fun. One final review before we get to the results of the poll and into all the comments. The Banana Lord, who I assume had to beat out 11 other Banana Lords to achieve this title, says, good job. I love the show, and I hope you only add the old episodes that Ray won. I hope.
No, that's also Ray's hope right there.
That is what Ray hopes as well. Yeah.
That's right. Right now, we're not in a position where we can add the old episodes back in. I feel like I've talked about that in the past. Maybe there's some opportunity we could still kind of get them to you. Yeah. That is not an avenue we feel comfortable in walking down right now due to certain things that were said behind closed doors.
I have an idea.
We'll see.
What's that, Delvin Cox?
We have a whole Mortalverse Discord with nothing but voice actors in it. So let's get the voice actors together to reenact episodes
of the
previous seasons.
You're going to transcribe and then read out? That would be hilarious.
Yeah, just reenact the whole thing.
Wait a minute, who's playing me in this scenario?
Of course, it's going to be me.
Oh, okay. Delvin Cox as Ray. I love where we're going with this. I don't know that we can't do that.
In theory, we can very much do this.
In theory, would we want to? Listen, if that's a thing you, the people, actually want, this leads me to an idea that I had, because we have a lot of longtime fans of the show. And obviously some of these previous battles are not there anymore. They're not there for you to listen to. Yeah. But some of these battle ideas, I think, were very, very strong. We had some very good battles over the 7 years of the Who Would Win show that I was a part of. Now, here's the question I would have. For mainstream March, maybe even Showdown September this year, should we ask the people, what are your favorite battles from the previous iteration of Who Would Win show? And maybe we can run it back. We could do those battles again, perhaps with some stronger debating. and then make it happen for who would win Masters and elevate those battles to a Masters level. Are there some previous, Delvin, I'm going to put you on the spot. We didn't talk about this ahead of time. Are there any previous battles and matchups that you'd like to see us run back? I'm very interested in this idea.
I know one I don't want to see ran back ever again.
Well, you don't even need to say it out loud. We know what that is.
Wow.
But yeah, there are quite a few ones I'd like to see ran back again. I think that we could do a good job with it, just with a Masters spin on it.
I love it. See, there's one thing that's really, and this came about in my brain because we know we're going to do Lobo with Jay Sandlin around the time the Supergirl movie drops.
Yeah.
What if we ran it back and did Twilight Sparkle versus Lobo with Mr. Jay Sandlin to get a very powerful force behind Lobo? I would go back to Twilight Sparkle and see if I can pick it off a second time.
That's a great
I don't know.
I like that idea.
I don't know. Is that a battle people want to hear again? I don't know. These are shows we've done before that are no longer available and only exist in memory. I know different people would come from different angles with it. And I don't know. If that's a thing you want to see, go on our Patreon, go on our Discord, find us on Threads and Instagram, comment that that's a thing you want to see, and let us know which battles you are the most interested in. Chat, if you got any here, I'd love to hear them as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And anybody who says Driz de Erden again gets a knuckle sandwich.
Wow.
Not going back to that well.
Jeez. There's been quite a few great
It's
ones.
an open wound.
That I think would be really good to go back to at some point in time.
Yeah, either ones where, you felt like maybe there was too much meat left on the bone. It was just an exciting battle idea that you would like a different take on. Or maybe you thought the judge got it wrong and it was worth a second time. Those kind of things. And longtime fans, which ones deep down in your heart you'd like to hear again. Why not?
I will say this. There are certain characters from the older version that I feel like didn't get enough recognition or maybe got a little bit of missed matchups, and so they didn't get their fair shake. Like, I'll get a good example. I'll get two good examples. RoboCop is one of those characters I think that we should probably bring back.
I love that idea.
RoboCop is one. I think Optimus probably be another one that we should bring back in.
Optimus Prime,
okay.
With some better fitting matchup for them, those two characters that can maybe work out better in their favor. Because RoboCop was when I particularly like, I would like to see a RoboCop get a better matchup that fits more of that character, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I'm up to take RoboCop 9 days a week. I've never won a battle with RoboCop famously. I've done it 2 or 3 times at this point. I cannot get the win to save my life. And maybe it's because I'm punching above my weight class in those battles. I don't know.
I think that's probably what it was a little bit.
Snurts in the chat says Brock Sampson needs a match without the baggage.
That's right. We did the whole Venture Brothers team at one point.
Nice.
That to me was a very fun battle. I'm a big fan of the Venture Brothers property. Brock Sampson, kind of a niche character, especially with Venture Brothers not being in the public eye these days. But, whatever. Maybe we get a little weirder in season 2. Maybe we go a little bit more niche. As long as y'all keep listening and inviting your friends and spreading the good word of who would win Masters, I'm willing to go down any of these rabbit holes you want to.
Yeah.
I want NFL Super Pro back on the show is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I've had a few ideas for characters that should be on the show. I think NFL Super Pro coming back would be a great idea. I would like to see, maybe this year, maybe another future episodes, the Pro Stars.
The Pro Stars. That would be Bo Jackson, Michael Jordan, and Wayne Gretzky.
Yes.
4 sports between them.
Yes. The animated superheroes who are also sports celebrities.
I like that. Now, we did do a thing here. You know what? I didn't put this in the running order, to be fair, but we did do a poll of what characters people want to see in 2026. And if you guys are cool with it, let me look at this really quick. I'll tell you who won the poll. And this maybe can, mention some of our ideas going forward. The winner of the poll was Gambit.
Interesting.
Gambit won the most votes of anybody. And then from there, Wonder Man, which surprises me a little bit because he's got the TV show coming out, but I don't know that people know about Wonder Man. He was second place. And then tied for third place was quite a few. We got Loki. We got the Stranger Things gang. Got The Tick. We got Supergirl. And we have The Toxic Avenger. That's what the people voted for.
Those are all
choices.
great. I would go with every single one of those. I think we definitely do every one of those as an episode.
Maybe we try to hit every single one of them this year. Let's see what we can do, everybody.
The Toxic Avenger is an interesting choice that I think would be really cool to have on the show.
For sure. Yeah.
And it's a lot of different types of characters, too. When Wonder Man, the TV show, is about to drop, which I think is relatively soon, isn't it, in March or something? I believe there's no reason not to do Wonder Man as a thing. Why wouldn't you?
We should absolutely do that. And we should absolutely move on to sharing the results of the official poll and, of course, the Mortalverse poll.
That's right.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So, as always, our good friend Matthew Dawson over on the Mortalverse Discord server ran the fantasy poll for K-pop Demon Hunters versus Army of Darkness. Do we do a drum roll on this? It's been so long.
Maybe. Let's see.
Yeah, why not? All right, with 100% of the vote, the Mortalverse users have voted for the K-pop Demon Hunters. Now, of course, that is the unofficial poll. Has no standing, means nothing. Just fun. It's done before they know who's representing who. But the one and only official poll, which you can only find at patreon.com/whowouldwinmasters, is as such.
Shut your text, Snurts. I see that.
With 64% of the votes, it is in fact the K-pop Demon Hunters, leaving Army of Darkness at only a paltry 36%. And what did Snurts say? Okay, that sent off Delvin. But any thoughts on this, guys?
I want to
look. I think it's the right decision was made. Obviously, Delvin Cox. We can all agree on that.
I will say this: we can't trust Sam Pooh's word. He was sick. He did not have good judgment because he had the flu.
I did, but I don't. I don't think that did it. I think other powers were at play.
Also had the flu, apparently, because you're all wrong.
Apparently, that is accurate. I definitely came into that episode a little wonky, and somewhere around the end of point 1 and beginning of point 2, something dropped inside of me, and I was like, "Where am I? What is happening right now?" But I still had a clear enough head to make it happen.
You didn't even realize. No,
I wasn't sleeping
that day.
I wasn't sleeping. I just didn't know what day it was. That's a normal thing. The schools had not started yet.
Like Batman 1989.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm the. It was the Stan Lee version of Batman. He's actually a bat. And that's accurate.
Very good. Yes. Apparently, Wonder Man, according to William Schmidt, drops January 27th, all 8 episodes.
Oh, that's quick.
So I think we need to be working on that Wonder Man episode right now because it's not going to be the next one.
Yeah.
Anybody in the chat want to rep Wonder Man? Let's do it. All right. Let's move on to comments.
Please.
Let's go. You start.
We do have comments. I'm going to start us off here. We have quite a few. And Sam, I have one that came in super late at the very end. So I'm going to add one wherever
so it's not
we end
in the
up,
document is what you're telling me? All right, good.
It's not in the document. I've added it to mine. Here we go. Eric Hiding, friend of the show. He says, to me, this was not much outside the Demon Hunters' norm. They destroy demons and monsters. That would be like having Blade fight the vampires from Twilight. The Army of Darkness did put up a better fight. Wow, you got compared to the vampires from Twilight, Delvin Cox.
How dare you?
Sparkly.
Wow. Army of Darkness did put up a better fight than I thought they would. Good job, Delvin. And maybe they do leave a mark on the Hunters, but I just see the Hunters taking this.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I'm disappointed in you. That's all I have to say.
I mean, look, Eric sees it for how it is. That man is a straight shooter. I don't think he'd be wrong about this.
Yeah. He missed the mark.
Wow. Just wow. You know what this actually just complete segue and reminded me is we learned after we had taped this episode and slightly, but before it dropped, the actor who portrayed Arthur on Army of Darkness, Marcus Gilbert, passed away. So just a quick shout out to him in his memory.
Yeah, very sad. Yeah, that was surprising to find out.
Yeah, it was real weird. And I was
as The Rock would tweet out, in essence, at least he had the chance to hear our episode while he was still here.
Right. Yeah.
Then we may have killed him. I'm sorry about that.
I know.
We might have brought him a little bit of joy.
We might need to be more careful about.
My bad. I probably should have won.
Yeah. Okay. The next comment comes to us from Nate. I see why Ray didn't want to read this one. It starts off with hashtag Delvin is right. Ray never countered the invisibility of the Kandarian demon that combined with Evil Ash would throttle the K-pop demon hunters. Honestly, Evil Ash by himself would probably be enough.
Wow. That is an absurd statement.
I
that
love
does sound crazy.
the energy, but I'm going to be completely transparent. The Kandarian demon was the only chance I had to win this battle.
Yeah, you did need to lean into it, and honestly, it's not often an angle comes in that I don't see coming, and I did not see that angle coming. So props to you for even trying it.
As I watched the movie, I'm like, oh, their whole power is killing demons, and I have an army full of demons, which their power would probably, at best, destroy them, or at worst, obliterate them. So I have to find a way to kind of get around that. And I think the best way to get around it was full possession of one of them because of the way they are. They care about each other. They're a family. And if you watch the movie, fantastic movie, by the way. If you watch the movie, the way the demons got an advantage of them was through manipulation and trickery. It wasn't through battle, because as soon as the actual battle happened, even with the boss demon, they were pretty much defeated really easily.
See, I think Delvin, and this is going to sound negative, but it's not. I think that had you dove a little harder into some of those ideas, it would have been very beneficial for you. Yes. I think diving, I was trying to pre-fight the possession angle because I totally saw that one coming, and I felt like that was a strong argument that I needed to start countering right away. And so I absolutely am with you on that. I think had you theory hammered out a little bit further and dug and just drilled down a little bit deeper, I think that it would have definitely helped you in the battle, which I won.
It went from 64% to 58%.
I mean, that's a big pull. That's one more converted person.
Yes. Probably might have been Snurts.
Might have been.
My traitor friends.
Maybe that's enough.
You may have made extra accounts.
I'm going to move on.
Well, I want to read this one.
Right.
William in the chat said, of course, Ray didn't see the Kandarian demon coming. It's invisible. All right.
That's correct.
Point.
Move on.
That is a great point. I'm going to move on to Ollie Lowe, and Ollie Lowe comes to us from the UK. He has sent in, spoiler alert, he has sent in a demo, and he was good. So we're definitely going to reach out to Ollie Lowe once we can figure out. We might have to do this on some sort of weird Monday holiday or something where we can all be free, because it's an 8-hour difference to the UK.
Yes.
And I don't want to ask Ollie Lowe to show up at 4 a.m. I feel like that would be inappropriate.
Yes.
Maybe he's up for it. Maybe he works nights. I don't know. But Ollie Lowe, you are seen, and you will definitely be receiving a call from us. So Ollie Lowe says, now I don't know much about either of these properties, but the way I see it suggests the army as mostly cannon fodder with a couple of generals. Delvin's third point about the Kandarian demon was a big miss for me, given the opponents literally have Demon Hunter in their name, the way that Ray described their weapons. Different universes, but magic plus the power of friendship plus Toon Force has got to count for something. So I guess K-pop Demon Hunters for the win.
Got to tell
That's the guy who didn't know either property, but felt that the arguing went in that direction.
Got to tell you, Ollie. Yeah. Friendship overrated.
It's fair.
What do you know about friendship, Ollie?
Wow.
Gracious.
Jeez. Well, speaking of friendship, this next comment comes from Lord Snurts. Who says, sorry. Traitor Snurts says, sorry, Delvin. I think K-pop wins this fight. Their camaraderie, power weapons, and Toon Force are too much for the undead army. Great first match of the season. Well, thank you, Lord Snurts.
Well, he got 20% of that right. The last part.
Well, here's the deal. With friends like that, he says, friendship is overrated. Ken Bjorn Turner says, oh, sorry, Sam, I'm giving you the big long one. Ken Bjorn Turner says the one big negative to Huntrix, one of them is slowly becoming a demon. That's Rumi.
Sure.
I would think the Army of Darkness, which is powered by the Necronomicon, would have more influence on her than expected. I think that's another great angle that perhaps could have been drilled a little harder by Delvin. And I do want to point out, I'm going to take the blame for this. I tried to help Sam Proof in the intro of the episode because he referred to her as Rummy. I immediately stepped in and said, it's Rumi. If you say Rummy on the show, people will be out with their torches and pitchforks. And then the problem was when I went to go edit the show, I completely missed that and left it in the show anyway. So Sam Proof, I owe you an apology. Correct. And I just wanted to give it publicly. We have since fixed it in several different versions of the show, but it's probably not fixed everywhere. So I owe Sam Proof. I tried to have your back and I failed you, and sorry for that.
Like I said earlier, friendship's overrated.
That's right.
I own every single verbal mistake, and they're going to keep happening. In fact, based on the length of this next comment, it's probably going to happen right now as well.
William Schmidt, who's in our chat right now, wrote us War and Peace, and I could have edited it down, but I said, nah, let's just do it.
I think I can just read the last line, right? All right.
No, I want all 17 paragraphs, please.
I respect
William, I apologize in advance. Here we go. Next time, just send a video of yourself saying all this stuff for full representation.
Not a bad idea.
I welcome that. If people want to send in video comments, we will play them on the wrap-ups for sure.
Yeah, send it to whowouldwinmasters@gmail.com. I will make it happen.
And I will shame you as soon as I see it on the show.
Not wrong.
William says, both sides were very well represented, although I saw what you did there, Ray, trying to duck the possession power with the Kandarian demon with the must be unconscious to be possessed comment. We know that's not true. Consider the number of people that were possessed in the movie while on their feet, i.e., the peasant woman in the medieval world that dropped the water on the floor and gave us the "it's a trick, get an axe" line from Ash, or the S-Mart customer with the famous line of "I'll swallow your soul." These were folks going about normal tasks when they were possessed, so strike that comment from the record, sir. Something to note about the Kandarian demon, it has no physical form. This could cause some real issues for the K-poppers, although their weapons are specifically designed to affect demons, so I'd lean to the weapons being able to affect the demon in the end. Another point, and Delvin, I wish you had brought this one up, the Kandarian demon has the ability to manipulate sound and uses this ability to drive its targets mad. This could really factor into the battle when music and keeping a beat is critical for controlling their magic and syncing up their timing and coordination. That is an interesting point for sure.
That's a great point. I should have brought that up.
Yeah, we're going to keep going here and then we'll get into it. Now, I agree with Ray, cough, cough, that felt odd. in that, the K-pop demon hunters would make short work of all the non-special Deadites. I don't think they even have an issue dicing up Evil Ash and Demon Sheila, but wait, why does he actually refer to himself here? But William,
you found me beautiful once, honey.
Was that
you
in
got
the movie?
Real ugly.
Okay.
It's a quote from the movie. Sam,
it is.
What are we doing
once it got to the "you got real ugly," I just didn't remember the William. All right.
Oof, hurt me.
Okay. I'd say the battle would start, and while the K-pop demon hunters are mowing through the lower-ranked Deadites, the Kandarian demon would make an appearance and attempt to take over one of the girls, but the skill level of the hunters and the advantage they have due to their magical weapons would wound the demon and drive it off. If we were taking into account the sound manipulation, the demon might rethink its approach. It would recognize the use of music as a source of the power, while the girls were taking out the lesser ranks and overwhelm their song power with its own noise. This would create an opening to possess one of the girls and turn the tide in its favor. So now the fight becomes 2v1, and it gets messy. However, while possessing the girl, the Kandarian demon could not continue the noise assault, and the music would start up again. And even while down a member, the remaining two would do some funky magical Hanmoon barrier magic to drive the demon out of their friend. Realizing the power of its opponents, the demon would flee to fight another day. I'm in agreement with Sam on this one. K-pop with a decisive victory, in my opinion. We got there. We got there.
That was a lot of words to
great.
say hashtag Ray is right.
Oh, boy.
That's all I'm trying to say right now.
I appreciate William's sentiment. I think he did a great job explaining all that stuff. I think he did a fantastic job analyzing the battle. Good points. I think he makes a good point about the Kandarian demon. I think the Kandarian demon is tough. I think it would possess one of them, but I think the problem is, like I said,
yes,
once you start putting up that Hanmoon and stuff like that, that's when it gets a little dicey and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think one of the points I thought was really interesting is the aspect of the demon possessing one of the demon hunters and using. I didn't want to lean too much in this because it kind of felt gross. The bullying aspect of the demons from Evil Dead, because that is one like very poignant thing that they do in Evil Dead. Like when they possess somebody, they go into your weaknesses and your fears and they start like prodding at that.
Yeah.
And while that's a valid technique against the K-pop demons, it kind of felt a little gross. I didn't want to quote Billy.
And I do want to come correct about the whole knocking them unconscious. So the Evil Deadites cannot just possess somebody just because they want to, right? Otherwise, they would just take over Ash. I know they've taken over Ash before, but let me get there in a moment. They would just take over Ash in the middle of the castle siege and win the battle right there. Sure. What are we doing here? But the thing is, they need that person to be in a weakened state. So the official thing is they need to be knocked unconscious. They need to be wounded or injured and or in some sort of vulnerable mental state. That's what allows the demons to come in and take them over and do the possession of them. They can't just go in unless the person's saying the incantation but I really do feel the Kandarian demon, when it like slams into somebody, it knocks them unconscious, putting them in a state or injuring them, and then takes over right there. That was the main crux of the point I was trying to make is I don't think that it would accomplish that goal, thus making possession that much harder to do.
That's a valid point. I think that's a valid point. I think there's some truth to they have to be in a weakened state or just not thinking of focusing on the demon at the time. That's the key to them being possessed. Yeah. And Army of Darkness is kind of hard to rep because technically speaking, it's not canon to Evil Dead.
What do you mean? It's totally canon to Evil Dead.
It's like a weird thing they do, like because I think I've talked about it on here. When I bought the trilogy, I didn't buy the trilogy because
what's up with that?
Yeah,
they didn't include Army of Darkness because of a licensing issue. So even when you watch Ash versus Evil Dead, I don't think at one point in the season they don't reference Army of Darkness at all.
I get it. Yeah.
Okay.
But you know it's there. It's real.
We know it happened. We know it's there, but it's like it's kind of a weird kind of nebulous thing. And when discussing only that, because I tried to keep it only within that movie's feats and things like that, and it feels like the Deadites from Army of Darkness are a little weaker than in the other movies.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And granted, it's because like a lot of the Deadites are like skeleton monsters and half Deadites and stuff like that. But like the Deadites from Evil Dead 2, and especially Ash vs. Evil Dead are a lot stronger than the ones in Army of Darkness because, frankly speaking, Army of Darkness is a comedy. So they play up the jokes a lot more.
For sure. Yeah.
They do, but that also involves some Toon Force stuff that happens in that movie as well.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like when Ash gets punched by 19 skeletons at once, including from above somehow. Just saying. Oh, we got 2 more of these comments to read. I'm going to move on. Dr. Moxford, PhD. Welcome, Moxie. I think Delvin and the Army of Darkness would win this. Why am I reading this? The Huntrix can be too easily shaken if one of their own is compromised. That could very well be done by one of the big three from the AOD side. Once one of their own is removed from the battle, the Huntrix would lose their team synergy, a huge part of their group's success. From there, they either fall apart and lose the battle or retreat and try to win this war. Either way, Delvin and the Army of Darkness win this. I miss Ray's Tale of the Tape one-liners. How could those be reworked into the show? We're going to talk about that later. Hashtag Sam's Decision Song is an absolute banger, and it not being up for a prestigious musical award is a crime.
I agree.
Nice.
Agreed.
Very good.
It should at least get a Source Award or something like that.
At least a source. Come on, get us a nebula. Come on, what are we doing? Okay. I know what I'm doing today, watching K-pop Demon Hunters and using my turn signal. Good job, Moxford.
Very good. Very good. Okay.
And then we have one more to go here. This is the one not on the rundown because Forbidden Mob got in right at the end. He says, I'm with Snurts from earlier. What a phenomenal episode to start the season. Very impressive, gentlemen. I'm looking forward to the future of who would win very much so. Me too. I'm still trying to finish Demon Hunters, by the way. My 2 teenagers are so against it, lol. You know how kids are. They know all. Even if it's one of the biggest shows to ever air on Netflix, I'm really liking what I've seen so far. Yeah, it's excellent. Your kids need to step their game up and just watch some K-pop Demon Hunters.
You need to kick them out your house and tell them they can't come back until they watch the movie and enjoy the movie.
It's really funny because my kids have no interest in it either. And like, first off, they love musicals and all of their friends like it, but they have both decided that they do not want to see it.
That's wild. Here's the deal. I heard the music a million times in the car from my 8-year-old who loves it. And I'd never seen the movie until I went to go see it in theaters. The first time I'd seen the movie, I was not expecting to love that movie as much as I did. It is wonderful. Right. And I highly recommend it to anybody. I know 500 million times it's been watched on Netflix. And that was a little while ago. It's probably well surpassed that by now. Biggest original property in Netflix history. Let's go. It's worth it. I'm ready for a sequel.
Great movie.
Yeah, until Who Would Win Masters appears on Netflix, then I think we can take them. So,
look, I'm ready to do a Who Would Win show on Netflix. A Who Would Win style show, I should say. Don't have the rights to that anymore. Whoa.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But I do want to say, I'm ready, Netflix. Bring it. Even if we only use Netflix characters for the entire season, we could make this big budget, bring in big-time celebrities and Delvin Cox, and make this show happen.
Love it.
On your Netflix.
Great idea. I can't wait to represent Tiger King.
Perfect. Tiger King versus who cares, quite honestly. It'll be wonderful. That being said, it's time to go to an ad break because we got more stuff to do. So we'll be right back with everybody right after this. Have you ever searched yourself online? The results can be surprising, sometimes unsettling, let me tell you. Your phone number, home address, and even details about your family are out there, whether you agreed to it or not. That's because data brokers are collecting and selling your information to marketing scammers, basically anyone who's willing to pay. It's the reason these robocallers know your name and why ads seem to track you across every screen. It is a digital nightmare. Well, Aura could be your solution. You cannot conceive of how many different scummy data organizations there are out there. When I used this service, I was shocked at finding out there are hundreds of places my info could be found. Hundreds! And Aura can shut a lot of that down. And if your identity's ever stolen, you're backed up by $5 million in insurance and 24/7 US-based fraud support to help you recover quickly. Look, other services charge about the same, but they only cover 1-2 areas maybe. With Aura, you get it all. Data broker removal, credit and identity monitoring, device protection, fraud support. It's all in one simple app. Aura removes what's already exposed, protects what's not, and puts you back in control. Right now, you can try Aura free for 14 days when you visit aura.com/remove. That's enough time for Aura to start removing your personal information from these data broker sites. Sign up today at aura.com/remove and get the peace of mind that your privacy, identity, and finances are safeguarded. That's aura.com/remove. Certain terms apply. See the site for details. And to all of you, that was minutes, but to me, it was mere seconds.
Real quick, William Schmidt in the chat says, I love that Sony made the movie and didn't believe in it, so they sold it to Netflix for something like $50 million. And then boom.
A typical Sony move.
It really is.
I mean, look, people love PlayStation, so Sony gets a lot of love. They make a lot of bad decisions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just saying. Not for me. But look, I'm going to read this right now. And before I read, we got emails. You could send us emails on top of everything else to whowouldwinmasters@gmail.com, and we will read them on the show. Versus Florida Man. Okay, let's do Tiger King versus Florida Man.
That's
everybody.
a great idea. I forgot.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good one.
Florida Man has a TV show on Netflix.
I at least have to mention that. We got made an email song that's not, look, Luke is the one who sends us the emails and we love to read them. I'm going to read one in a moment, but this is our email song. I need help. I think this is a banger. I think this is an amazing piece of art, but Sam disagrees with me.
Okay.
And I need some people to tell me what's up. So here's the brand new, never before heard, unless you were a part of our movie night. We'll get there in a moment. Email song.
Let's hear from the community. Reading emails is our destiny. You've got a voice, you got something to say, and we're gonna read them, 'cause it's annoying to read. Now it's time to end this song before it gets to be way too long to do anymore. We just prolong this intro, which would be wrong. It's Who Would Win Masters. Email time. It's Who Would Win Masters. Email time.
To me, that's well worth the minute
is
it
it
takes
done?
to listen to it.
Okay.
It's a
All right.
full
It's
banger.
a little long.
Tell
but
me
it's
at
long.
home.
I just put a kettle on, so hang on.
I think that song is an absolute masterpiece, and I want your opinions. Obviously, hit us up on all of the channels and let us know, do you love the banger that is the Who Would Win email song as much as you love the Sam's Decision song, which
Absolutely
has changed
not.
lives? Changed lives, apparently. Trader Snert says it's a decent one-time listen. Listen.
I think you've
Look,
redeemed yourself,
listen.
Snurts.
You
How
can't
dare
compare
you.
nothing to the Sam song. Sam song is like
That's
God tier.
We're not battling.
Look, the Sam
theme
song is
songs.
S tier.
Yeah, you just set that song up
That's-
for failure. You just sang that.
It's a one punch.
I
win.
want every
Yeah.
song to not be as good as the Sam song because the Sam song is
fair.
that good. If we outdid the Sam song every time, it would lessen Sam's decision,
Yes.
and we can't
true.
have that.
Yeah, that would change the whole dynamic.
Going
of
back
the
to
show.
movie night, William says, woo, woo. We'll get to that in a little bit. You either understand that reference or you do not.
I don't
We'll
think
talk
you
about
need
it
to.
in a
I think
moment.
that's perfect. Yeah.
It's perfect, yeah. So I'm going to read Luke's email right now. Luke, thank you so much for writing the show. We appreciate
Thank
you
you,
very
Luke.
much. And
Yes.
it says this is another William Schmidt-esque lesson in writing. Long.
Yeah.
Dear Ray and Sam, this was a pretty good first episode for Who Would Win Master Season 2. K-pop Demon Hunters versus the Army of Darkness. I think this episode deserves an A rank. Nice job. I hiccuped a little bit when I said A rank, and then I felt like I blew it. Here we go. I do admit that I, unfortunately, haven't seen K-pop Demon Hunters yet, but I hope to in the near future because I've heard a number of good things about it, mostly from me. Generally, I think that mainly the way that Sam described it, the K-pop demon hunters would cream and smoke the Army of Darkness. Light always overcomes the darkness in the end. That's why Link should have beaten Sung Jin Woo back in season 1. Let's go.
Fair. Okay.
Also, as for Sam, I noticed you didn't include any jokes in the show this time. What happened?
That's
Were
true.
you unable
sorry.
to come up with anything?
Luke, he
or did
was
you
dying.
simply forget? If so, then no judgment. I've had trouble with coming up with ideas as well. I was just hoping to see the return of a classic who would win trend is all smiley face. Maybe let fans do a poll on whether or not the jokes should return for good or not. I don't really know too much about how these larger things work. They work exactly like you're saying, Luke. Don't worry about it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Luke then submitted about 5 or 6 matchup jokes based on random matchups he decided.
Okay.
I'm going to read one of them right now. Here we go.
All right.
Representing Warner Brothers, the hero who doesn't know how to use computers except for the arrows, Robin Hood.
Okay. Not bad.
And representing Sucker Punch Entertainment, the Ronin whose cooking skills put the sushi in Tsushima, Jin Sakai.
Okay. Not a bad
not bad.
matchup.
All right.
Not bad. That was what I thought was the best one that he sent in.
There were
And
several.
honestly, like writing jokes is very hard. And
Yeah.
Luke, I think he got it right on that one.
Good job, Luke. Use the
Sam, are
force.
you ready to start writing terrible pun jokes for every episode of this show going forward? Can we get that commitment?
Yeah. Now, I did write for the next episode. There are jokes in the next episode. This particular
You're
episode,
ready for this.
I did in fact forget what day it was. I wasn't feeling very
He dropped the
well.
ball 'cause he was
5
dying.
minutes before the show, I put the intro together. So yeah, I definitely was aware that I skipped that.
Okay.
I was like,
Okay.
do I have jokes? No, I don't.
Sam was like,
We're not done with the email yet.
We're not
though. Here
done.
we
Go.
there's
Read
more?
it.
Speaking of which, if there's any other characters that come on for future battles that I would also happen to be familiar with, Luke offers to send us some fan-made intro
Great.
jokes. Just keep in mind, they're not demos. He doesn't want to come on the show and rep characters. He just wants to be a part of it and do some fun writing in the background. He's not ready for the big leagues yet. He must continue to train, for a lack of a better way of saying it. And that's great, Luke. I understand. I get it.
training with Yoda.
Similarly, I love that. Yeah. And William, you're right. It's awesome. He wants to contribute. It's tough, but you know what? Give it a shot. Why not? Similarly, I'm wondering if anyone will provide any harmless, non-mean-spirited laughs about Ray's love of Pepsi Max, like the ones that used to occasionally pop up in the original Who Would Win show, like in Master Chief versus Blue Beetle, Wario versus Batman, the animated series. Luke, I felt like those got overdone. Can I just go ahead and say it? I am a huge fan of Pepsi Max. I'm a huge fan of Pepsi Zero Sugar, as it's called right now. I drink it all the time. I enjoy it. They changed the formula. It's not as good as it used to be. I still continue to support this product. That being said, I just felt like, you know, in general, those jokes became a crutch that some people chose to just throw out there when they had nothing better to say. And I thought they got old and moldy really quick. And y'all tell me what you think, but I think that I got a little overdone to the point where I was like, just don't do those jokes anymore. They're just not working. Delvin,
I won't be
looking at
making
you.
those jokes. I'm Ray's friend.
Yeah.
Drink whatever the heck
William
you
says,
want.
I think they fell flat.
Flat.
Thank you.
Good job, William.
That's good. That's the best one I've
Very
heard
good.
yet. Okay, last part. Bottom line, pretty good start for the new season. Definitely anything but something to sneeze at. Thank you and take care, Luke.
right.
Luke, you take care. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
I
Luke.
appreciate you wanting to be involved.
Appreciate you.
And yeah, we appreciate you greatly. Keep on the emails coming. I love reading them, and I'm happy to read them on the show.
Yeah, if you want to just start sending jokes for every possible character that ever existed, feel free. Maybe we'll mash them up.
Sam
as they
will
come
use
along.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam
mean,
needs help.
We definitely listed a bunch of characters that will almost certainly be repped
This is
this
a great
season.
point.
So there you go. You can you can send those our way.
Luke, you got an action item list of characters to write jokes for to send to us earlier in the show, if you know what I mean. Send those in. I'm not going to not say we'll try them. We might try them.
Yeah, see. We'll see.
Because as we all know,
most definitely,
every great comedian steals their jokes.
Look, the good ones borrow, the great ones steal. I believe that's what we say.
Yes.
That's right. That is the thing.
And I do want to talk about really quick movie night. We did movie night once a month. All Patreon members are welcome to join us for movie night. Myself, me, Ray, the guy on the show, and then anybody else I can wrangle up from our cast of characters. We get together, we hang out for a while, we kick a few back, and we watch a movie, or in this case, we watched the pilot episode of a TV show called Sledgehammer, which was one of my favorite sitcoms from the 80s.
Loved it.
It's a parody of Dirty Harry and cop shows of the 70s and 80s, made brilliantly. It's in the vibe of Police Squad, but it's not Police Squad. It's less gag oriented and more story oriented, but like tons of gags appear in the show. And we watched the pilot. Even the youngsters agreed this is a very funny show. And so I like that. And then we decided to keep going with comedy. The people voted to watch Kung Pao Enter the Fist. Kung Pao Enter the Fist is one of my favorite comedy movies of all time. Steve Odekirk, who is the writer of like the Nutty Professor movies, among others. We talked with the Killer Clowns from Outer Space, how the people that are kind of like around Hollywood, but not directly in there, cash in every favor to make one big movie.
Yes.
This was his movie. And he made a Kung Fu movie where he bought the rights to two different 1970s Kung Fu movies and then digitally added himself as the main character, created a whole plot with a bunch of original content around it. And it's one of the funniest movies ever made, in my opinion. We watched it for movie night, and I thought it was a hoot. I had a blast with it. Y'all tell me. William Schmidt was my guest in studio for this event. William, you tell me. I think it's one of the funniest movies ever made. But people here first on mic, you tell me first.
Well, I haven't seen that, but I have to. Yeah.
Neither of you has seen this movie. Definitely a top comedy.
All right.
William says it was a lot of fun and agreed it's great. Yeah, I agree.
Nice.
Very fun. If you like Kung Fu movies, the whole movie is dubbed. Every voice is done by the lead actor, Steve Odekirk. He does every voice in the entire movie.
Oh,
they do a lot of visual gags, a lot of sight gags, a lot of sound gags. It's just joke after joke after joke, but it stays true to its Kung Fu roots. It's very fun. And I can only highly recommend Kung Pao Enter the Fist and come for the next movie night. Have some fun with us.
Definitely. Yeah, that's awesome.
We usually do it on Friday nights, 8:00 Pacific time if you're here on the West Coast. If you're on the East Coast, pregame for a little while and then come join us late. Stay for as long as you can stay up. Who cares? It's loose. We have fun with it. And we like to give back. So if you're a member, free or paid, of our Patreon community, you get the link. You can join us. Yeah. And it's a lot of fun. And you can help vote on what movie we watch. I usually have 4 or 5 ideas, and you all tell me what direction the night goes. It's not about me. It's about you.
Awesome. All right. Well, this was a very musical episode. And coincidentally, my family, for our family night, movie night, watched Hamilton, the streaming production. So I'd never seen the live version, the play version, if you will, but this is the play stream, shot on cameras and whatnot, and then put, I think it was Disney Plus, if I remember correctly. So it is that full experience of all of those actors, Lin-Manuel and such. And I'm not a musical person, but this was really cool. I mean, it was long. It's like 2.5, 2 hours, 40 minutes, something like that. I had a modicum of knowledge about Alexander Hamilton and how good / bad he was as a person, more or less. So there was some interesting history going on there. But yeah, it's like, once it gets rolling, it just never stops. And it's just, I can see why people are so into that production and why it was so big. It is a very, grandiose, big thing. It's like very in your face. And they have some cool...
Interesting.
The stage has this cool, you've seen stages that have a circle and it turns, right? And it's just a big circle. But this had a ring. So like there's a central point that is stationary, and they do some really cool things with that spinning ring that just add like, it's so hard to even describe without kind of giving things away, but it was fun. It was definitely fun. Like I went into it, I was like, sure, whatever, we'll watch this. I know the kids like musicals, and I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
Never seen
that was
Hamilton.
on my. Yeah, that's I've never seen it either. That's on my COVID list. Well, here's the deal. I've never seen Hamilton, but somebody for their birthday party had a Hamilton sing-along where they literally cast the show with the people who were going to be there, and we had to sing the parts. I had never seen it before, but they cast me as Thomas Jefferson doing a rap bit, which despite the fact that I'd never actually seen the number, they told me I nailed it. And they could have been lying, but I'm a good battle rapper, so who knows?
The Thomas Jefferson songs, I think, are the hardest songs. He is like,
oh, great.
I don't know if it's quite in that there's like the patter song thing. It's close to that. I don't think it is that, but it's, I think those are probably the most difficult. There's also, God, I can't remember the full name, but Hercules also had some very,
Kevin Sorbo.
He was in that. He was one of the founding fathers' friends, I think. That's right. Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway,
those of you in our audience who know Lin-Manuel Miranda, get me on stage to play Thomas Jefferson. I will be happy to reprise this role I did in someone's living room. I'm excited to be a part of it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Snurts says Hamilton is great. All right. Thank you, Snurts.
It is great.
Yeah.
I know very little, but I know it's great. So what are we watching? We only have a few minutes to go here, so we're going to bang through this. I mentioned Sledgehammer earlier. I'm doing a rewatch of the entire series to follow up my Sopranos rewatch. It's on Prime Video. So if you got that Amazon subscription, you have Prime Video, and it's right there for you to watch all of season 1, all of season 2. It is one of the funniest cop spoof shows of the 1980s, and it holds up. There's a lot of attitudes in there that are very aggressively not okay, but that's the joke. They're calling out in the 80s that these are attitudes people have, and they are not okay. Our lead character is not presented as a role model. He is obviously someone you are supposed to laugh at, like Archie Bunker was in All in the Family the decade prior. So just understand this going in. He's going to say stuff that you disagree with. That's the point. You are to point and laugh at the silly man who loves his gun. I'm a fan. This show inspired my comedy, and rewatching it, my comedy influences, a lot more came from Sledgehammer than I even realized now. So I'm really liking it. It's a wonderful show. It's very funny, and I highly recommend it to anybody who's a fan of comedy or a fan of this genre.
Yeah, I need to watch it again. I loved that show growing up for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I gotta see how it is. I don't remember much.
Yeah. I remember a lot more than I thought I did. Let me say that. Every episode that comes on, I'm like, oh, here's all the beats. Here's all the story points. Here's some of the jokes. I remember it very much. It was very influential.
A long time.
Yeah. Well worth. Sam, what are you watching?
Yeah, I mean, I know we're going to try and get through a lot fast, but I want to throw out a bunch of things really quick because we haven't talked in a while. But the Stranger Things finale, for sure, which I loved. I know a lot of people have a lot of issues with it, and they're dumb. I caught up on Fallout.
Take that, new rock stars.
Yeah, eat that. I caught up on all that's available of Fallout. There's still more to come. And as someone who grew up in a time period where we had to wait week to week, I'm done with that. Drop the entire show, you dead. You God. Anyway.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
And
I agree.
It really is. Yeah. And
I'm going to piggyback on what you said, Sam.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I finished Stranger Things. It's wonderful.
It was great.
I didn't have the problems on it that our friends at the New Rockstars channel did. They were not thrilled. And made that clear. And I've also been watching the Fallout TV show because, of course, I have. Nice. Fallout is my number one IP of things I love. Oh, my God. Let's go. I've been enjoying season 2. There are some purists of Fallout New Vegas video game who do not like it as much because of the changes, because of the some of the things that I'm not going to talk about that happen in some of the storylines. Certain factions kind of feel like they got thrown away or made to feel less important. And I hear those criticisms, but oh my God, you got a TV show set in future New Vegas, and they nailed a lot of it. Like 1-to-1 perfect. Just sit back and enjoy what we're doing here. It's delightful, even if, yes, there are moments where I go, but that's whatever, Delvin, what you got?
I'm watching two things in particular I want to talk about. One is just a simple thing I did. I go on YouTube now and I type in Saturday morning cartoons.
Ooh.
And what they do is they have these YouTube channels that give you this 3-4 hour block of nothing but Saturday morning cartoons with the commercials.
Oh, wow.
So I find myself, I do this on Saturdays, by the way. I find myself typing this in, going on there, picking my era, like you said, 90s Saturdays morning cartoons or 80s Saturdays morning cartoons, and just letting it play in my house. And it's fantastic.
That's exciting. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Specify what local network it came from by any chance? Because like a lot of different, networks had different sort of interstitials. And one of the things I remember growing up was like there was this, I don't even know what it was, but somewhere in between the shows, these two kids would come on and they would be talking through essentially this, like a video screen feel. And one of them was on Earth and the other was either on Moon or Mars or something. And like as a 6-year-old, I was like, that's the coolest thing ever. And I never knew what it was. And like life went on and I've never seen it again. But it was
I'm not familiar, but like I'll be on the lookout for it.
Now I gotta look out for it.
I was from Philadelphia, so I think it was a Pennsylvania specific thing. Yeah.
There you go.
It doesn't specifically tell you what network it's from or anything like that. It just kind of puts them out there with commercials and stuff. And it's just, I like it because it doesn't tell you what shows is on there, so you kind of have to watch and see. And it's a really cool delight to see what shows come up. Like, and sometimes you get like a bunch of really cool shows, a bunch of weird stuff. And I just have a blast watching it. It's really cool.
Hey, and if you're a fan of cartoons, consider listening to a podcast called Knowing is Half the Podcast. Where myself, Robert Clark Chan, and TV's Gina Ippolito watch old bad cartoons from the 80s and 90s and enjoy it. We've been doing G.I. Joe Renegades, which turns out to be maybe the second greatest G.I. Joe property. It's bringing a lot of joy into our lives, and I highly recommend it. We're only 2 episodes deep into it, so maybe watch them, catch up, and let's watch some cartoons together.
Nice.
Also, another thing I watched, I think people should watch it. There is a movie that I never saw until recently called The Samaritan.
I don't know that one.
And it's with Sylvester Stallone, old Sylvester Stallone. He's an old man now. And what it is it's a movie where, the plot of this movie is years ago, there was this superhero called the Samaritan who had this big battle with his big bad villain. And during the battle, he is killed. And he goes, and so he's killed, the villain's killed, they both go away. The city gets filled with crime and stuff because there's no hero. And this little kid finds this garbage man who's played by Sylvester Stallone. He thinks that this garbage man is the hero that he remembers from that time. So he's trying to get that hero to get out of retirement and save the city again.
Interesting.
And it's surprisingly very good. And I was a little leery to watch it because I saw the last Expendables movie. That was god awful. So I was like,
I've heard those lost steam really hard towards the end.
Yeah, so I was really leery to watch it because I was like, I don't think Sylvester Stallone still has it with like the action movie thing, but this is actually really excellent. It's a really fun action movie with a good vibe to it. Dumb, fun action movie.
Well, here's the deal. It was a $100 million budget, and it's out on Amazon Prime Video right now.
I recommend it.
All right.
There you go. My last thing, I got one more, and then if anybody else wants to jump in with one more. I've been playing retro games. I gave up on Parasite Eve. I'm too underpowered to finish it, and I feel very dumb. I'm going to try again next Christmas because it's a Christmas game like Die Hard. And I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to play better with the knowledge I learned from my first attempt. It's not an overly long game, so I feel like I'm going to be able to pull this off. If I really get my poop together, maybe we'll stream it for the people at home. It's a lot of fun. But I decided to kick back into some Dreamcast horror games. I tried a game called The Ring Terror's Realm, which is based on the Ring novels, it came out 4 years before the Ring movie came out.
I've never heard of that.
And it's based on like the second novel about like a computer program that kills you. And I got through the entire first like prologue section, and then it locked up on me. Retro games are fun. I might have to go back and do the whole thing again. I might want to stream this one too, because the visuals and voice acting is some of the wildest, silliest stuff I've ever seen in a horror game. It's really wild. And then I tried one called Carrier, which I beat before, but only to find out it's like old school Resident Evil 2. You're meant to play through it twice with each character. So I think I only beat it with the first character, did not go back and beat it again with the second character. So I'm starting to play through that. Look, if there's a survival horror game that y'all are a fan of, like a retro one or even a new one, I love me some survival horror games. I'm here to take recommendations. Hit us up on the standard channels. I want to try out your game. Who's got something else?
Have you played Tormented Souls yet?
I have not played Tormented Souls yet. What's that?
That is a survival horror game in the vein of the Resident Evil games that is really good. There's a part 1 and a part 2 out, and it is excellent.
2021 survival horror game. I am not familiar with this, but I would like to play it.
It's very good, and it's pretty cheap right now.
Interesting. Oh yeah, you can get it for like $5. Okay, let's talk. I might go check this one out.
William Schmidt in the chat says 7 Days to Die is a great survival zombie game with a bit of Minecraft. All right.
I agree. It's really good.
Yeah.
I would try that too. I never played that one either. There are so many games. You can't play everything right now. You can't watch everything right now. We have too much media. Please remove 3.
But not ours.
Not ours.
Add
ours is the best.
More Who Would Win Masters media to your collection.
That's right. Well, I think it's about time to get out of here. Delvin Cox, thank you for joining the show once again.
Yeah.
You were a true joy. And I want to point this out before we go, because I received something in the mail that I've saved to this moment to talk about. I've talked for 40 some odd years about not getting the USS flag. And what shows up in my mailbox at Christmas time than a miniature USS flag that I'm holding up for the camera right now with a little airplane. I think he built it for me on top of it. So thank you for that. It's going right in my curio cabinet of all my miniatures that I've just got also over the holiday season. And Delvin Cox, I'm going to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. This is one of the greatest gifts I've ever received. It's not the true USS flag,
of course,
but it's as close as I'm probably ever going to get in this lifetime. When next time you come on the show, I will be slightly easier on you in that I will only defeat you after point number 2 instead of doing it after point number 1.
Snurts in the chat says, dreams do come true. Man, I should have voted for Delvin after all. All right.
There it is.
Ray, do you want to tell people what's coming up?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Yes, there's one more battle. I don't know my own format. Once again, next week, we have the human tack board, Leroy Patterson, who has been a judge on the show before on the old Who Would Win show. He's a professional wrestler. He's been on America's Got Talent and all those other shows. One of the Pain guys of all time. One of my favorite people. He's wonderful people. We're going to be doing a battle of Moon Knight. Moon Knight got suggested too much to not do. We're going to do a Moon Knight battle against Clash of Styles, Scott Pilgrim from the comic book series and movies.
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim versus Moon Knight with Leroy Patterson, the human tack board, will be our next episode. I see who I think should win, but I don't know that that's the person who will win. I'm interested in what the Mortalverse Discord has to say about this one.
And Luke, there will be jokes.
Yes.
There will be jokes.
Yep. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Any final words, Delvin? Do you want to tell people where they can find you? Anything like that?
You can find me on the internet at the DelvinCoxExperience.com. Check out Delvin Cox Experience anywhere you get podcasts. Listen to Who Would Win Masters. Give Who Would Win Masters to a friend. Like, go on that Patreon, hit that gift button. Give it to a friend. Give them the joy of Masters. Why not?
And once you get to the Patreon, you can jump over to the Discord.
So let's go.
Yeah.
Easy.
And
easy, Delvin.
You can talk at Delvin directly in the Discord. So jump over on both of those. And while you're at it, throw in the Instagram.com/whowouldwinmasters. Thanks for listening, and join us next week for our battle episode. Keep the debate going with Who Would Win Masters on our Patreon and Discord. Go to patreon.com/whowouldwinmasters. Sign up for free so you can be in these wrap-up episodes. And if you think you've got what it takes to be a part of Who Would Win Masters, record a 1-minute video demo of yourself. Send it to whowouldwinmasters@gmail.com. Who knows, maybe you'll be in the challenger's chair in a future episode. Who Would Win Masters? This is Sam Proof saying, stay strong.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.